The opportunity really for spending a year in foundation is to discover who you are as an individual through the work that you're making.
The foundation course is at the crux of the AA. It really embodies the absolute principle of experimentation and questioning of architecture that the AA represents. This body of students that 150 years ago set up their own architecture school, questioning the premises of the then contemporary architecture.
We're lucky in that we have some dedicated studio space for the foundation course, which means that tutors and students can operate essentially as a pretty intimate family. They develop work fearlessly, I would say. They learn to take risks and to enjoy the negotiation of whether a piece of work is succeeding or failing, recognising the fact that a failure can sometimes be the indication of a route of great success.
The foundation course allows students to really encourage them, in fact, to try different new things, and failure is not really seen as failure, it's just seen as one of the outcomes. In fact, it might be more interesting than success quite often.
I started the AA Foundation in 2013. I'm now in my 4th year at the Architectural Association, and I had come to the AA obviously wanting to pursue architecture, but going into the AA Foundation, I feel like it opened up a lot more doors and a lot more opportunities for me. It opened up a very different way for me to look at both architecture and art.
I was in a position where I was coming from school and I wanted to do architecture, but I didn't want to go straight in because you have this sort of, many cases people have a preconception of what architecture is. And so actually foundation for me seemed a bit like a kind of loosening up or opening up of the way that one thinks.
Foundation year really gave me a fascinating year and experience in conversation with students, in conversation with tutors. We worked with different media such as hand drawing, photography, filmmaking, film editing.
Sculpture, casting, printmaking, I mean the list really does go on. And these are all ways that you can begin to express yourself and find out what you're really interested in.
You know, it covers a wide range all within sort of creative umbrella, but then underneath the greater umbrella of architecture.
Students work both individually and in groups, and the intimate atmosphere of the studio means that they are all collaborators on each other's projects and they support each other. It really leads to an incredibly fervent, intimate and dynamic studio where hopefully at its very best everybody's had a really enjoyable year whilst working very hard.
One of the key things that the foundation does for you is it opens you up to an understanding that art and architecture and just kind of a creative experience is not just one for yourself. It's one that you share with others, and it's one that you experience with others and you help each other. The foundation teaches you to open up to other people, open up to your tutors, open up to your peers who come from all over the world. You have so many different influences, and you begin to understand that art is, you know, you can be part of a much bigger conversation.
What was also really interesting, beside working here in London in our studio space, we had the chance to go to several trips.
We have 2 dedicated trips in foundation. One trip abroad allows us to help students develop their photographic skills and explore the nature of foreign cities. And the other, to Hook Park, allows students to be introduced to carpentry and to spend a dedicated period of time on site in a rural setting, the AA's own forest, spending time making experimental one-to-one pieces.
I think Hook Park is quite a shifting point in the year, because you just escape from London, where it's very enjoyable to work, but then when you are suddenly exposed to a silent forest and you just have a lot of time just to enjoy and learn how to work with wood.
Our ambition for our students would be that they, at the end of the year, are confident, clear thinking, very, very happy to talk about their work in depth.
It's quite amazing what happens throughout the year at Foundation. We see students really develop, also being in this environment of people from all over the world and really interesting, young and hungry people that want to culture themselves and learn how they change.
To know that you have a family of people supporting you and understanding you. Foundation year is about exploring yourself, and you get to do that alongside people who you'll stay in contact with for the rest of your life, really.
But it is fun. It's a lot of fun. And you get to know each other very, very quickly. You know, it's a very social thing, which is, for me, the most enjoyable aspect of it, as well as, a very fun and actually very productive year of work.